Sarah. Welcome to Writing 101. Today we give you episode 5. How important is all that grammar stuff? That is a very complicated question, and it depends largely on what your needs are. I think anyone who is writing anything should have a basic understanding of what the rules are. They might not be a master, but they understand basically how things work. This makes the whole process easier. If for some reason you do have someone who has a story, who wants to write it down, and it's not put together the way that one would put things together typically, you might have a lot of work ahead of you to get it readable to a typical reader. So having those skills is really helpful. I can't necessarily say that you can't do it without it, but I would say it would be really, really difficult to be able to be a writer without knowing the basics of how to use the language you're writing in. One of the most important things you should absolutely know about is to know your tenses. A tense shift here and there might happen in your story, especially like during a flashback or when there's some reason that your tenses are kind of crossing over because of the way the language works. That can be very difficult, but if you don't know how to use tenses in general, trying to fix that problem can be almost worth trashing the story. It's so difficult to fix when a tense goes back and forth regularly. Learning how to manage tense and to keep track of your tenses is really important overall to being able to finish stories and get them out with any regularity. If you just want to write stories that you want to be able to pass down to your family members so that they can remember you by them, then none of this really applies. But if you plan on putting stories out, it's probably really important that you learn tenses. In the event that you have like one spot of grammar that just absolutely does not work for you, you can do a number of different things. One of the things you can do is, if you're paying an editor to edit your stories, is you can tell them right off the bat, this is a problem I have, please look specifically for that. That can be very helpful. Telling them what to look out for can make things a lot easier on both of you, and it can make the editor feel more comfortable making those cuts when they need to without having to try to explain to you that you are using this thing wrong, which can be a kind of an awkward conversation, I'm sure. The last thing I wanted to say about grammar is that every step of the process is easier the better you are at grammar. You don't have to be a mastermind, you don't have to be the best of the best, but every little bit you learn, every bit you get better at it, the easier the rest of the process is because you don't have to work around that problem. So I do recommend that when you read your stories and you pick up on a problem that you're seeing you repeatedly do that is obviously ingrained in you and is incorrect, that you, as quickly as possible, try to implement a way to remind yourself to change it so that it becomes a habit to not do it that way. So it becomes a habit to do it the correct way. Why don't you use the extra time today that wasn't taken up with my video to go and study one of your grammar books, learn something, maybe tell a friend about something that you learned. Maybe leave it down below in the comments. Tell me what you learned. Anyway, I'll see you guys all next time. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe down below. My Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Snapchat, and my Patreon are all down below as well. Don't forget to go click on all of those. Say hi to me in all those places. And I will talk to you guys all next time. Have a good day. Bye.